I'm Joshua Hall. I'm originally from Covington, Georgia. It's about 30 miles east of Atlanta, down I-20, if you're familiar with that area at all. To give you a little background on myself, I grew up in a mid to lower class home, living in the housing projects to the time that we were 8 years old, and then advanced up to the trailer park. I spent most of my teenage, adolescent, kid years. I grew to be 302 pounds, and eventually went to the doctor, and the doctor told me that if I didn't change my lifestyle, that I would not live to see 25. Today I'm 25, and I'm living just fine, doing just fine, pursuing my career. I will be your biggest motivation, because just a year ago, I was sitting in a maximum security cell. I sat for 9 months, 23 hours in a cell, 1 hour out, 1 hour to shower, 1 hour to bathe, 1 hour to make phone calls. I was facing a life sentence of 25 years for a crime I didn't commit. It was the best thing that ever happened to me. I don't make excuses for anything that's been done to me. I'm a grown man, but God blessed me throughout that situation. I gained so much wisdom. I used to think that music was my passion, and music was the reason that I was put on this earth. But instead, I believed that it was to motivate and to tell a story and to show that throughout every single darkness that I've been through, every time that I've fallen, I've been able to get up. And every time that I got up, I've been a better person because of each time that I've fallen. Okay, so what inspired me was I was waking up every single day working a job for $10 an hour, bringing home less than $300 a week. I was barely making it. I could barely afford my car payment. I was living at someone else's house, paying rent to them. And eventually one day it just hit me. It was like, I'm already living paycheck to paycheck, just struggling, hating my life. So I'm gonna take a chance. And so I took a leap of faith, and I went into a different field, and I went into sales, where I could control my income. I could control my income based off of what I was willing to do, what I was able to do. If I were up before everybody else and I was out, still in the streets, still trying out there beating the doors, still out there selling, I would be awarded for that by the work that I put in. And when I was at the job that I hated so much, where I was living paycheck to paycheck, I could work 10 times harder and be 10 times more skilled than Joe Blow, who was working beside me, but I would still get the same amount of money or less money than what Joe Blow got. So I wanted to move into a field that I would be awarded by my work and my hustle that I put in. And so that's what inspired me and what has brought me to here, because eventually I grew to hate sales in itself, because I wasn't able to enjoy it, and I got to a point to where I withdrew somewhere around 50, 60 grand, and I literally sat down on my new home's living room floor, and I spread it out. And I looked at it from the outside looking in. I had a Jaguar sports car convertible, had multiple vehicles, and at 24 years old, from the outside looking in, you would think that I would be on top of the world, or wow, this kid's really got it going on. I was the most known that I've ever been in my life. That's when I woke up and decided that it was not about the money for me. It's so much more to the money. It's a passion. It's what drives me. When I speak and I can motivate someone, I can help someone who's in a dark situation, but I can say something, and I can use my life as a testimony, as a motivation to help them. That's what makes my heart beat. That's what gets my adrenaline going. It's not about the money. I realized that if you do what you love and you do it passionately, and then the wealth will come regardless. So it's more than just the money for me. At the current moment, amongst everything else, we have one particular project that I'm pouring a lot of my energy and a lot of my time into, and it's called the My World Skill Set and Character University. I believe that seeing is believing for a child. And so what my skill set and character university does takes adolescent and teen. We really target the boys, because I was a boy at one point with no structure, no father to show me this is the right way to do things, or this is the way that you don't do things. For instance, I wish someone would have taught me finances. I wish someone would have taught me business at such a younger age. I didn't learn it until I was 24, 25, and I'm sure, as you can imagine, in a system like ours, I was at a gap. I was so far behind on learning financial stability or anything like that. I've always heard that you can't take
money advice from a broke person. Well, my whole family been broke. So I was getting financial advice from people who were broke, who didn't have any type of financial success for themselves. So what the Skill Set University and this Character University, it takes boys who are without that structure and are in a position who need that structure, and it gives them that structure, and at the same time it's instilling the characteristics that it takes to be a successful salesman, or it takes to be a successful entrepreneur, or whatever they choose to do, whether it be photography, music, whatever it takes, because we're in a day and an age where you don't have to go to college, you don't have to go to some major university to be successful. So that's the biggest project that we have going on right now.
I bet you, y'all look at me in this suit, y'all like, man, he's the boss. Nope, I got 2 women who are standing behind this camera who are running everything. Guys, it's all about creating a team. It's all about going after what you dream about. Go after what you want and what nobody else wants. This is your dream, this is your life, and you only have it one time. I'm Josh Hall, and you're not gonna get enough of me this year. I'm gonna motivate you to the extent that where you wake up every morning, well, hell, you probably don't even go to sleep, because I don't sleep. Why should I care more about your situation than you do? This year is the year. Today is the day. There's no time like right now. You only have this life one time, and you only have this dream one time. Go get it. Go get it. Go get it.